Hello to my Flamazing kindergarten artist at Franklin Academy. Welcome to Art with Miss P this week. This week's project is going to be all about snowmen. So you have watched the book or listened to the read-along book, Snowmen at Night, and gotten an idea of what snowmen do when we are all sleeping at night, which is apparently they're pretty busy. So you are now going to create your nighttime snowman scene. So what you're going to need for this project is a piece of some construction paper, if you have it. You're going to need a piece of blue construction paper like this and a piece of white construction paper. And of course, you're going to need a pair of scissors and a glue stick, and then oil pastels if you have oil pastels. Now, if you don't have these things at home, that is okay. You can just use whatever you have at home. So if you just have plain white paper, then just use plain white paper and color or draw your snow scene using your crayons or your markers or your color pencils or whatever you have at home. We will be using oil pastels in the classroom, and for this lesson that you're going to see, it's going to be oil pastels because we are going to cut our white paper into a shape like this and glue it down. So the bottom half of your paper is going to be the snow and the top half of your paper is going to be your nighttime sky. That's why we're using blue. Because if you look at the illustrations in the book, Snowmen at Night, you see that the nighttime sky is kind of that bluish purplish color. It's called indigo. Then you're going to use your oil pastels to draw your snowmen. You can have as many snowmen as you want, and they can be playing a game or whatever. You can have a house in there, whatever. The choice is yours. You're going to create a snow scene with snowmen at night. So that's your project for this week, friends. So gather up your supplies and meet me over in my studio, and let's get started on our project. Hello, friends, and welcome to Art with Miss P this week. Your lesson this week is going to be a snowy landscape based on the book Snowmen at Night. So here's what you need for this project. You're going to need a blue piece of paper like this, a white piece of paper like this. This is construction paper, oil pastels, and a glue stick, and a pair of scissors. We're only going to use the glue stick and scissors for one thing, and then everything else will be in oil pastels. Now, if you don't have this construction paper or oil pastels at home, don't worry about it. Just get a white piece of paper and you can draw your wintry scene at night with whatever materials you have at home. But for this lesson, this is what we're going to use. So you've got your blue piece of paper and your white piece of paper. So here's what we're going to do first. We need to make this snow scene right here. So you are going to get a piece of white paper and have a grown-up in your house make a mark across your white paper like this right here. I do this for you in the classroom, and then you're going to take your scissors and you are going to cut along that line right there. So get a grown-up in your house to do that for you, and then get your scissors and cut along this line right here. You're going to have two pieces. You're only going to need one for this project, so if you have a sibling that wants to do this project with you, you can give your sibling the other piece for their project. You're going to take that piece that you cut, which now looks like this right here, and you are going to glue it onto your blue piece of paper. So you will take your glue stick, make sure you roll your glue stick up so you've got some glue, and just put some glue on it, and you want to just very quickly put some glue going across your paper like this right here, and then line up the edges, the corners right here, your corners of your white paper to the corner of your blue paper, and then press it down. Make sure those corners are down. If you can pull it back like this, that means you don't have enough glue. You need to put a little bit more glue right there. So you want to check your corners and make sure that they are glued down. You don't want any of your corners to peel up, and then press it down. Now what you have here is a landscape. So this is your sky, this is your ground that is covered in snow. So now we have a landscape. Now we're going to create your wintry scene. We're doing it at night, which is why we chose this blue paper, because nighttime sky is kind of an indigo color, which is a blue-purple color. And this particular color construction paper makes a nice nighttime sky. So you want to get your oil pastels. We're definitely going to need your white oil pastel and a blue. Now I have different shades of blue right here, so I'm going to choose this light blue, but you can also use this color blue right here if you don't have, if that's the only blue you have. We might need our yellow because we might want to put a moon in our sky. And then of course any of these other colors you can use when it comes to putting your hats and your scarves on your snowmen. But the first thing we're going to do is draw our snowmen. Now the great thing about oil pastels are always start off with your white, and you can just kind of draw your snowman right here, which I'm going to draw a snowman in pencil for you first. For those of you that need to know how to draw a snowman, it is 3 circles. We draw a small circle for the head, a medium-sized circle for the body, and then a larger circle right here for the bottom of our snowman. And then we have arms that come out kind of like sticks. And then you can give your snowman some eyes. You can give your snowman a triangle nose. And then you can give your snowman a face or a smile, some buttons that come down the front, and then whatever kind of hat you want to give your snowman. If we were drawing it in pencil, we would erase that right there, but since we're going to draw it in our oil pastel, we're just going to color over that. But that's how you draw a basic snowman. So using my white oil pastel, I drew my circles right there. You can't see the white on the white paper, so this is where I'm going to use my blue right here. I'm just going to very lightly trace my blue right there so I can see it. So I'm going to draw a couple of snowmen right here. So I'm just going to get the outline of my snowmen first, and I'm going to put one right here, let that one run off the page. Then I'm going to put a small snowman back here like it's sitting back there on the hill. And I think over here I'm going to come in and I'm going to put a tree. So I'm just going to put an outline of a tree right there, and maybe an outline of a tree right there. So I'm just using my white oil pastel to kind of get my snowmen on there and outline things. And I think maybe I'll put a moon right here. So I will outline a moon right there. All right, now it comes time to do some coloring. All right, I am going to do a, let's see, I'm going to use orange for the nose. And I think I'm going to use purple for the eyes. You can use whatever colors you want to use. So on this snowman right here, I'm going to give this snowman a hat. And I'm going to give this snowman like a triangle hat that curves over like this right here. And I'm going to color that in just a second. And then here are my buttons on this snowman right here. Using my white, outline the eyes, and I'm going to give him an orange nose right there. And I'll come back and color him in just a second. I'm going to get my brown for my arms right here. And there's my arms. Now I'm ready to come back and start coloring my snowman. I'm going to give him some purple buttons. So it doesn't matter that I did them in white or blue, because when I use my purple to cover them up, they just cover up those marks. So now I'm going to start coloring. So my white oil pastel really shows up and looks nice on the blue. But when I get down here to the white paper, as you can see, my white really doesn't show up very much. That's okay, because if you remember the illustrations from the book, the shadows of a snowman had some blue in it. So I'm going to come back with some blue, and I'm going to add in some blue right here. And you can use light blue or you can use dark blue. And then I'm going to go back over it again with my white. And now you can kind of see the outline of my snowman better. You can still tell that my snowman is white, but it's got some shadows right there with that blue in it. So, and then I'm going to color my face. I'm coloring around the eyes, and I'm coloring around my nose. And I'm gonna have my eyes be, I'm gonna have my eyes be pink. This snowman's gonna have pink eyes. And then a mouth. And I'm gonna make his mouth purple. And it's gonna kind of be right under there. Now this snowman, I might not be able to see the mouth very good in it because he's kind of small, but that's okay. All right, and then for the hat, I'm gonna do a red hat with a ball on the end. So I'm gonna make this hat red all the way down to my snowman's head so it looks like it sits on my snowman. And then there's the rim of the hat. So there's one snowman right there. If you want to put a scarf on your snowman, like I'm going to put a scarf on this one right here, and I think I'll use maybe a pink for his scarf. Here's my pink right here. So I will draw a line going across right here. So this looks like my snowman has a scarf, and then coming down right here. Now I could use multiple colors in that if I wanted to, but I'm gonna leave it just pink, but you can make it multiple colors. And on top of my snowman's head, I am going to put a purple, like toboggan, and maybe have a lime green, if I can find my lime green, there it is, a lime green pom-pom on top. Now I'm ready to put the face and other things on my snowman. So this one, I think I'm gonna give it black eyes and coal for the mouth right there. I'm still gonna put in a little triangle for the nose, and let's do some dark blue buttons like this coming down the front. And then I'll take my white and I'll color this snowman just like I did the other. Now, when you're using oil pastels, your oil pastels can smear together. They can also blend together. So you can blend two oil pastels together and get another color. So when you are coloring the face of your snowman and coloring around, sometimes it might be easier for you to color white first and then come in and put your colors down, because it'll kind of smear together like mine did right there. So I probably should have just come in and colored white and left space for it and then put that color in. But it's completely up to you. There's no right or wrong way. But I'm going to put some little shadows right here on my snowman. So I'm kind of outlining my snowman with my blue oil pastel, and then I'm going back over it with my white like this right here. Now I'm not going to color the other two snowmen because you get the idea, but your snowman does not have to wear a hat. It's up to you. You can even put earmuffs on your snowman if you want to. But when it comes to coloring the other things in your picture, like this right here will be my moon. So I'm going to have a moon in the sky. And then some trees. So I am going to choose a combination of my dark green oil pastel and my light green oil pastel. And I'm going to mix the two together like this right here. So we've got a nice green tree back here in the background. And you can even use your white and come back and put some snow on the tips of it if you want to. Totally up to you. Now, down here, you can have a house in here if you want to. Whatever you want. It's your winter scene. If you want to put snowflakes in your sky, you can. Do that at the very end. And you'll just do snowflakes like this right here. You can just do circles like this, or if you want to come in and draw little snowflakes like this, you can. The choice is yours. You can even put stars in your sky by using your yellow oil pastel. It is up to you. So that, my friends, is how you do your snowmen using oil pastels. This is the finished one that I did in class with those students. I even put a little house down here to show them how to do that. So I look forward to seeing your winter scenes and seeing all your cool snowmen. So have your parents take a picture and send it to me or upload to Google Classroom. And until next time, friends, peace, love, and sparkles from Miss P.